Next is about the characteristics and features of planning. That is, planning we have already discussed what is planning in the previous slide, and here we are going to present a topic on features and characteristics of planning. Planning, the main feature is the primary function of planning is precedes other functions because it lays down the base for all other functions of management. Planning is the base for all other functions of management. All other management functions like organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling are performed within the framework of the plans drawn. Without planning, other functions of management is not possible. Planning is the basic function of management and it is also referred to as the primacy of planning. And after having set the objectives of if we are having an example of this, after having this set the objective of 2400 refrigerators, the company organizes the work, then staffing is done in which the required types of employees are recruited and selected, then they are motivated and supervised through directing, and ultimately their performance is controlled, leading towards the achievement of the objective. However, we can see that without setting the objective of selling 2400 refrigerators, other functions were not possible. And achieving the objectives. When we make plans, we focus on two things: specific goals to be achieved and activities involved to achieve these specific goals. These specific activities become objectives to achieve goals, and objectives are quantifiable. Planning cannot be done in the absence of objectives. In the absence of planning, employees would be working in different directions and the organization would not be able to achieve its desired goals. And planning is always futuristic or forward looking. Planning means Planning means looking ahead and meeting future events effectively. Planning is regarded as forward-looking function based on forecasting. On the basis of forecasting, future conditions and events are anticipated and plans are prepared. All pervasive. Planning is required in all types of organization and at all levels of management. However, the scope of planning differs. And top management plans for the organization as a whole. They think from the perspective of the whole organization. Middle level management thinks from the perspective of their departments and are involved in departmental planning. Lower level management plans for the day-to-day operations of the concern. And planning is a continuous process. That is, planning is an ongoing process and plans are prepared for a specific period of time. This may be prepared for a day, week, a month, a quarter, or a year. At the end of a specific period, new plans are drawn and revised regularly on the basis of feedback of previous plans, new requirements, and future conditions. The next one is decision making. Decision making means choosing the best alternative among the alternatives available. Planning cannot be imagined in the absence of alternatives. If there are no alternatives available, then there is no need for planning. A thorough analysis of all the alternatives help us to choose the best one. And next one is planning is mental exercise. Planning is the outcome of a mental process rather than wishful thinking and guesswork. Planning is a thinking process and it is separate from the organizational activities. It is based on logical reasoning, facts, foresight, vision, intelligent imagination, and judgment. And next one is characteristics of planning. Planning focuses on achieving objectives. Companies are set up with a common goal in view and explicit purposes are placed out in the projects along with the ventures to be initiated to accomplish the goals. Therefore, planning is helpful. Planning is the primary function of management. Planning puts down the foundation for other operations of management. All other managerial duties are conducted within the structure of the ideas outlined. Planning is continuous. Plans are outlined for a particular period of time, perhaps for a period, a quarter, or a year. At the completion of that period, there is a requirement for a new policy to be formed on the support of new conditions and future circumstances. Planning is futuristic, that is, planning typically includes for looking forward and outlining for the future. The idea of planning is to coincide future results efficiently to the valid advantage of an association. and it means glancing into the future, investigating it, and foretelling it. Planning is therefore perceived as a forward-looking capacity based on predicting. That is all about the features and characteristics of planning. Thank you.